Welcome to the BookFunnel landing page makeover show, where we take your bland, business-like landing page and put it on the best dress list. And I am Emma Alisyn, a member of the author support team at BookFunnel, and I am also, unfortunately for poor BookFunnel authors, a mom with a laptop and delusions of grandeur when it comes to graphic design. So what we're going to do today is take the ARC landing page of my dear author friend, Aja Rowan, and we're just going to spruce it up for her a bit, give it a bit more emotional impact. She's very busy. She doesn't have as much time as she would like in order to take care of some of these admin tasks. So we're just going to take care of that for her. And the focus of today's makeover is going to be on creating images in Canva. But the first thing we always do is go right to our author themes and create a custom theme. And I like to pull the colors right from the book cover itself. So you can either do that with Canva, color palette generator. You upload an image and it will automatically bring up 4 colors that you can choose from, and they're perfectly acceptable. I just like to play. But what I do is not necessary. And then sometimes I like to use, well, most times I like to use the eyedropper tool. And I can zoom in on that a bit because somebody asked. You just pick a color, and then you can go along and you can really fine tune what shade you want, which can really help you change the tone of your landing page depending on what shades of colors you're using, the saturation and all of that. In this case, I wanted to go with something a bit darker so this cover would pop out and we could really focus on the typography, which is absolutely beautiful. Lots of texture, lots of color. I love it. So we went dark, simple. We also decided to go with a red button. So the reader's eye right after the cover, they're going right down to the button. And then we're going with red and gold for the headlines. And again, those colors are drawn right from the book covers here. Just really simple. But how are we doing these banners? Well, let me show you. This is an A+ style banner here in Canva, and this is 1900 by 900 pixels because each individual banner should be 300 pixels tall. So I just created one big one, and I'll show you in a minute how to split that. Then I just created some guides too to make sure that each section is not going to go beyond the 300 pixels. And after that, you just will come here after you put in your background images. And I did a bit of playing in Canva with this. Photoshop gives you more options as far as like gradients and all of this stuff if you want to blend edges. And this is why I like Photoshop for a lot of things, because a lot of times we need to blend those edges out. Canva does not let you do that, but there are workarounds. So I have to have the base image here that I got from Deposit Photos. And then this is the base image again behind that. And I just enlarged it quite a bit and then use it as like the background, because what we want to do is give the illusion that this graphic is extending all the way to the end, but I don't want to like make the skull huge. So that's why we're doing it like that. And then I just brought the transparency down on both of them because it is a background and we want the text to pop. And then you would just add your text like so. And these are quotes I took right from Aja's books as I was reading when I was supposed to be working, but technically that was work. I was doing it for work. That's the story I'm sticking to. And then you can just change your fonts. There are different options in Canva for the font. I just went with something that is very easy to read, modern, but also, I don't know, it looks like those letters have a bit of an edge. I know there's a technical name for this, serif or sans serif or something like that. I don't know it. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm, again, a mom with a laptop, a very dangerous combination. So after you've got your typography done, you would just download this entire image. And then I go right over to imagey.at/split image. And you want 3 separate banners. So horizontally, number of blocks, which is 3. Process and download. And then it downloads that for you. And I will show you what that looks like. And then you can see the 3 separate images. This is also great. You can do this with like Instagram squares too. So like if for whatever reason, say this was a big square with 3 rows and 3 columns, you can do the exact same thing. But you'd have to use a slightly different program. This one just gives you this one option, does it? Oh, both. You can do a grid. So you could do like an Instagram grid. So pretend this is a square, not a rectangle, and this is your Instagram grid right there. And you can see how your finished image would look on your feed. I love to do that. So then we'll just go back and embed our images in the landing page. And you would just click on that button here, upload, click OK, size it the way you want. And then I like to check the landing page itself to see how it turns out. As you can see, the image itself matches the background color. So it kind of fades in a little bit. You can see the edges a bit, but that's fine. The readers are not tripping. Okay. We just want it to look like somebody put a little bit of thought into it. You know, we have respect for ourselves and our work. There is nothing wrong with the business-like basic BookFunnel landing page design, but you can see the difference in the emotional impact. It's almost too happy looking. I don't know. It looks very corporate. That's what I'm trying to go for. It looks very corporate. This looks like I'm going to read about a beast in her sheets, and that's what I want. So of course, the other thing we like to do is the royal we, is I like to break down the blurbs quite a bit, especially for these landing pages, because readers, again, have no attention span. So her real blurb is right here, written in the voice of the character, but for the sake of this landing page, I chopped it up and I actually put that up here. Yeah. So people will ask, where do you put the text? Where do you put the images? And I don't want to tell them I don't know, but I don't know. I test. Each time I make a landing page, I'll put the text somewhere different. I'll put the images somewhere different. I'll use different size images. And then I'll just keep refreshing each time I make a change in order to see what it looks like until it looks like something I like. That's why if you ask me, sometimes my answers are a little vague because I ain't got no manual, girl. I'm just making it up as I go along. Somebody likes it. And then under landing page settings, we gave her the custom headings. She runs her city by day. He owns it at night. I really like that. These little doodads center the heading right there. And this little star thingy is an italic. So that's how you get it italicized. This is heading 2. The only thing more dangerous than falling for a thug? Trying not to. But baby, why wouldn't you want to fall for a thug? All right. So let me see. There we go. And you've got heading 1 is the gold, heading 2 in italic. And then Brick doesn't just break rules, he rewrites them. I wanted to take the sentence that had the most emotional impact for me and focus on that. His world is all about power moves and street politics. I love that. And then Brick's offering protection wrapped in promises that make my knees weak. That's pretty much all I need to know. This is me. I'm sorry, I'm old. I'm showing my age, but that's what I put in for the button. I'm sure some of you are rolling your eyes right now. This is another graphic I made in Canva. And if you want to know how to get these 3D covers, I like to use, this is DIYbookcovers.com/3D mockups. And it's a free tool and it's quick. And I like quick and I like free. So you just come here, you select your cover, which I've already done. You upload, go next, and then always download the PNG because you want it to be transparent. And then I just went back into Photoshop, and these I think are also from Deposit Photos. Yeah, these money things right here, money images, are also from Deposit Photos. Canva does have images, so if I wanted money floating, you can get money floating. Not quite. They're a little too graphic for me. You could go to, this is not bad, actually. I mean, you'll see it's all white, but you can take care of that with background remover. There we go. Ooh, I kind of like that. We can put that right up there, and then we're going to put that behind. To the back. To the left, to the left. Well, to the back in this case. And I did the money because it was in this cover. I just wanted it to make it look like somebody put some thought into it. But this video is what, 11 minutes right now? It'll have to take you that long, ladies. The longest thing really is deciding what image I want. So after you decide what images you want, the rest of it can be really quick, especially once you get into a flow. So that's how you get the 3D covers. And let's go back down. And remember, we applied our page theme right here from Page Theme, and we embedded this. And then we also used a link. This is going to her author page. And I like to do that. I like to cross promote something when I'm giving something away for free. I like to cross promote something paid. Because maybe they're the type who feels guilty about taking something free and they want to give me some money too. But also you want to plant in their mind the idea that there's more where this came from. So if you like this, you can get you some more, boo, right here. And then it just goes right over. And I'm sure you all can see the applications for having embedded graphics where you can embed the link. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Let's zoom out a little bit to kind of get the full effect. Before, very serviceable, but very corporate. I have to stop using the word bland. It's corporate. Okay. There we go. More emotional impact. It says romance, it says a hint of mafia, a little bit of edge, And then, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Like, who would not want to be in her head, girl? So that is this episode of BookFunnel Makeover and Landing Page Show. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, drop questions in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And if you would like to have your landing page on the show, there is a form that will be in the show notes. And you can fill it out and we'll get you on the show. And we'll get you a custom landing page from myself, the mom with a laptop. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos from BookFunnel, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.